I stood in the marble hallway of Harrington and Company, the most prestigious law firm in downtown Chicago, watching my so-called family file into the conference room for Dad's will reading. My sister Rebecca's designer heels clicked arrogantly against the floor. My brother Ethan's Italian leather shoes whispered wealth, and Mom's pearls shimmered as she dabbed at her eyes with a monogrammed handkerchief. Not one of them looked my way. Mr. Harrington, Dad's lawyer for over 3 decades, stood by the door like a gatekeeper. His silver hair was perfectly styled, his suit easily worth more than my car. "I'm sorry," he said, his tone not sorry at all, "but this reading is for family only." "I am family," I said quietly. He glanced at his list. "Maya Reynolds, the youngest. I'm afraid your father left specific instructions. Only immediate family members involved in the business are allowed." Rebecca turned at the door, her crimson lips curving into a cruel smirk. "Oh, Maya," she said mockingly, "did you really think Dad would include you after you ran off to play with your little investment company?" The heavy door clicked shut in my face. I smiled, not because it didn't hurt, but because I had been waiting for this moment for 5 long years. Pulling out my phone, I sent a single text to my CFO. "Start the process." They had no idea that the little investment company they all mocked had quietly grown into a billion-dollar real estate empire. They had no idea I'd used it to buy every mortgage, every loan, every property they thought they owned, from their beloved downtown department store to their lavish homes in the suburbs. Dad never noticed. He'd been too busy grooming Rebecca and Ethan for succession, too obsessed with his dying retail empire to see that his youngest daughter had become his secret landlord. The will reading would take an hour. Then the real show would begin. The power shift. When the conference room door finally opened, Rebecca emerged first, practically glowing with self-satisfaction. Ethan followed, already on his phone, probably bragging about whatever fortune they believed they'd inherited. Mom came last, still sniffling. "Oh, Maya," Rebecca sneered when she saw me still waiting. "You really don't get the message, do you?" "Oh, I got the message," I replied. "But now it's time for my message. Would you all join me in the larger conference room? There's something we need to discuss." "We have nothing to discuss," Ethan muttered, scrolling on his phone. I smiled calmly. "I think you'll want to hear this. It's about property ownership." Something in my tone made Mom glance up, worried. They followed me, reluctantly, into the larger room. My head of legal, Thomas, was already there, a neat stack of documents arranged on the polished table. "Begin the notifications," I instructed. Phones began buzzing simultaneously, Rebecca's, Ethan's, Mom's, even Mr. Harrington's. "What is this?" Rebecca demanded, her face paling as she stared at her phone. "Ownership transfer notifications," I said evenly. "Technically, they're just confirming what's been true for years. Every property you think you inherited today, I own it. All of it." The silence was deafening. "That's impossible," Ethan choked out. "Is it?" I asked softly. The flagship store was mortgaged to Falcon Holdings, a subsidiary of my company, 3 years ago. "Rebecca, your lakefront mansion? Bought through one of my LLCs last year when you defaulted on your mortgage. Your penthouse? I bought that directly when Dad refinanced to cover inventory costs." Mom's face went white. "This can't be legal," Mr. Harrington muttered, flipping through documents. "It's completely legal," Thomas said, handing him a thick folder. Your firm even handled several of these transactions. Rebecca stood so quickly her chair clattered to the floor. You snake. You've been plotting this the entire time. No, I said sharply. I was building a successful company while you all ran Dad's business into the ground. The fact that I was able to buy your debts? That was just opportunity meeting preparation. The ultimatum. Ethan slammed his phone down. We'll fight this. We'll sue you. With what money? I asked quietly. The retail stores are bankrupt. The properties are mortgaged to me. Your personal assets are leveraged to the hilt. The only thing keeping this family afloat has been my company, all along. Mom's hands trembled. Why would you do this, Maya? Why would you hurt your own family? Hurt you? I laughed bitterly. Every time Dad needed a mysterious new investor, that was me. Every time the bank miraculously extended a loan, me. I've been saving this family for years while you all treated me like a failure. Rebecca's voice was small now, but the will. Read it again, I said coldly. See how much those properties are worth now that you know who really owns them. Mr. Harrington cleared his throat. Maya is correct. Without the real estate, the estate's value is negligible. The business itself is worth less than zero. I opened another folder. Option 1. You all stay on as managers of your respective properties, but with oversight, accountability, and real work. No more using the company as your personal ATM. Option 2. I met Mom's stricken gaze. I sell everything. You'll have 30 days to vacate your homes. Rebecca collapsed into her chair. You'd throw your own mother out? I stared at her coldly. The same mother who excluded me from Dad's will? Who dismissed my success for years? Yes. But I'd rather give you a chance to keep your lives. You just have to earn them now. A new legacy. One by one, they signed the contracts. Rebecca first, surprisingly. You beat us, she said quietly. Fair and square. That deserves respect. Ethan followed. Mom's hand trembled as she signed last. What happens now? She asked. Now we save the company, I said. For real this time. 6 months later. The flagship department store was unrecognizable. Historic architecture blended with modern tech. Rebecca had thrown herself into creating experiential spaces that drew younger customers. Ethan had built a thriving online presence. Mom had become our best brand ambassador, sharing stories about the company's history while embracing its future. Standing in the grand entrance, watching customers actually shop, I felt pride, not just in the profits but in the legacy we were finally building together. Rebecca stepped beside me, her smile genuine for the first time in years. Quite a change, she said. The store? I asked. Us, she admitted. Though I'm still not over you secretly buying everything out from under us. Consider it a very expensive lesson in humility, I said with a smirk. She linked her arm through mine. Lesson learned, little sister. Upstairs in Dad's old office, my office now, I looked at his portrait on the wall. Beside it hung the first dollar earned after the reopening and a framed copy of the property deed that had started it all. A reminder that sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all. Sometimes it's simply building something better and waiting for everyone else to see it.